Hello everyone. Where to begin here? Now, I usually don't reply to these YouTube videos, but I have to make an exception in this case. Now, the video in question is a little video called Fat People, Rant, and God by a young lady by the name of Devilicious17. Now, this video is basically Devilicious' form of saying how great she feels in life and how pissed off she is at the world for looking down and making fun of fat people, and specifically these replies that she was getting on her YouTube videos, yada yada yada. Now, the one thing I take exception with in this video is just the zeal for life that this girl has. She's just so happy. And granted, she has a right to be. We all have the right to be happy. We all have the right to live however we want. The one point that I want to make is that happiness is only happiness to an extent. I look at this girl and I see, to be blunt, a walking death sentence. I look at her and I see someone that has no self-control. Now, this may sound harsh, but hopefully she sees this and she takes these words to heart. You're going to die. The reason why I say that is because when I say you're going to die, we're all going to die. When I say to you, you're going to die before your time, and before that time comes, you're going to suffer. And it's going to be miserable. Granted, I could walk outside tomorrow, get hit by a bus that veers off the road and plows me over behind my lawnmower while I'm cutting the grass. A plane could crash through my bedroom ceiling tonight and make my house burst into flames and I'll peril to death. I'll be damned if I'm going to die from something that I can control. You can't control what you physically put in your hand, stick in your mouth, chew down, and swallow into your stomach. That's pathetic. That's the bluntest way I can put it. Do you enjoy the fact that through your entire life, you're going to be disadvantaged to thinner, hell to thinner, normal-sized people, even above average-sized people? You're going to get passed up for a pay raise. You're going to get looked down upon. And it may be cruel, and it may be wrong for people to do that, but honey, that's the way it is. Deal with it. You brought up another point to get to another half of your video, the whole God aspect. You were saying how when we're all going to die, we're going to have to go up in front of St. Peter, in front of the pearly gates, and he's going to dissect our lives. Now, I don't know if you've heard about this. I'm guessing you haven't, since you show blatant disregard towards it, but there's a little sin called gluttony. You think St. Peter's going to forget to check that one on you, honey? You think he's going to look through his log of your life and say, let's see here, on January 30th, you ate an entire box of Twinkies. I think that counts as a strike against gluttony, and if there's a time where you drank an entire bowl of gravy, and yeah, I know some of that sounds over the top, but honey, a sin is a sin. Don't throw stones, honey. And you sound like you got life cut out for you, and life is going to be so great, and you're just going to go through on and live in this great, fulfilling life. Well, you're not. You're going to die, and you're going to suffer before you die. Why can't you see that? Now, granted, first of all, people are going to say to me, hey, you're just a thin person who looks down on fat people, blah, blah, blah. But for the record, I was very fat as a kid. I had an epiphany of about the time that you made, the age that you made your video. And hopefully you will too, because it's no way to live. No way to live, and you won't live. You'll die. Now granted, it's quite the hypocrisy we live at in our society, where people like you will be looked at, and they'll see your happy personality, and they'll let you go through life as you are. Now, if we had a girl that was the opposite of you and threw up every day after her lunch or took diet pills out the wazoo and couldn't eat more than 10 calories a day, oh, we get her help immediately. Fat people, though, go on, enjoy your diabetes in a couple years, die off by the age of 50, it's okay. Please. Come on. Well, I hope this has opened your eyes in just the slightest, to say the least. Hopefully it closes your mouth in just the slightest, to the least, the next time you sit down for dinner. Anyway, begin the flaming or whatever, whoever's going to post a reply to this, etc., blah, blah, blah. Probably outlive 90% of you out there. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But like I said before, I have self-control. I'm not dying from something that I can't control. Devilicious 17, well, first of all, you're going to have diabetes-licious by the time you're 17. And that's not going to be fun. I enjoy to see your YouTube video when you tell me how it's like to be a teenager with adult-onset diabetes before she gets to the age of 20. Yeah, let me know how that is, honey. You know how bad your ankles and knees start hurting by the time you're the age of 30. Let me know when you can barely get up out of bed and get to the bathroom because your weight's too much to bear by the age of 40. And by the time you're 45, you have to have a nurse take care of you on a daily basis, wash the folds of your skin, because now you can't even get up to get to the bathroom anymore. And the last few years in your life when you're on life support, costing your family thousands upon thousands of dollars, if anyone even has money left to pay for your doctor's bills at that point. Hopefully they would have enough money left over to buy the oversized casket. That may sound harsh, but that's reality. Take my words or not, people like you die off every day before they have to. You can either live or die. That's all I can say. Hopefully you had an ounce of enjoyment out of this. Adios.